One.
Hello and welcome to another sterling edition of Friday at 420. My name is Mike Nabuurs, your host for the next 40 minutes. So good of you to join us here, tuning in on the Facebook. And we certainly hope you'll quickly share. If you can, just share. Just let everybody know that you're watching right now. Make sure they know that they can watch it anytime after the show is done. They can pick up the stream. And most importantly, you can go back and listen to previous episodes of Friday at 420 on any of the streaming services. We'd love for you to check it out. We've had so many awesome comics on the show, and some of them multiple times, including today's special guest. But before we get to that, we always have to introduce our wonderful panel, and we always like to start off with my closest and dearest friend on the panel, Patrick Capolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good. People have said to me they're not sure that you and I like each other. And I said, I think it's just, because I think there's so much of the Manolis love, right? It's like, Manolis is like, love you guys. And we're like, love you, Manolis. But you and I never say love you to each other. And I said, that's an interesting point. And maybe you watch too much Friday at 420 if you've picked that up. But at the same time, let me say, for the record, I love you, Patrick.
Oh, that's nice.
I like you, Mike.
I knew it.
What a
bastard.
dick. What a dick. What a dick.
Oh,
That's gotta hurt.
damn it.
Threw it all on the line.
I fell for that. He even sent me an email earlier. Said, why don't you do this bit?
Yeah.
Set me up. Let's introduce, his name has already been mentioned, but we haven't brought him, fully into the family yet. Here he is, Manolis Zontanos.
Hey, buddy. I love you.
I know you,
Mike.
buddy.
But you know the thing. I've been on stage. I feel your pain because I'll be on stage and I'll be introducing Patrick, and I'll go, "It's my best." Put your hands together. It was my best friend, Patrick Coppolino, and then he'll tell everybody, "I'm his best friend." Everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back of the room, like
What?
I'm sad.
You're everybody's best friend, Manolis. You're one of the most lovable guys that we all know. How are you doing? I know we did last week. We did our tribute episode to your father, George Zontanos, who passed away. How are you doing now? We're another week later into it. I mean, are you sort of getting a little bit more comfortable just with the situation?
Yeah, it's just it's sometimes I forget. It's weird because sometimes I just forget. Like, it's almost like I forget that he's
You get back
dead.
to normal life, right? And you think,
Well, it's like I think he's not dead, and I think I'm gonna hear because I take care of my parent, and now I'm just taking care of my mom. But like my dad, it's like for all my life. It's like if I needed, like if I wanted to masturbate in in this room that we're in right now, I want to pull one off. Like sometimes, as soon as I start like pulling on my dick, all I hear is my dad come down the stairs.
He just knew. He had some sort of sense.
Yeah, like I'm like, what's like? I swear to God, my whole life I just like, do you know somehow? How do you fucking know? How do you always?
He knows you.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I want to bring my dad back to life. I'm gonna jerk off. Like I don't know what the fuck to do.
For those keeping score at home, that was the 4-minute mark. It took us 4 minutes before Manolis talked about pulling one off. So
Yeah.
I know you're getting a little sloppy,
Not
buddy.
even.
Usually,
How can you help it though when he talks about his dad? It's bound to happen. Like eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
Exactly.
I felt like I could be in trouble at the side of the road, and like I get a car accident, and like I have my phone dead. I'm like, oh fuck! I just start going, I'm like, Manoli, what are you doing here? And I'm like,
That's
Dad,
it. He shows up.
Dad, go get help. I'm dying. Why you jerk off?
Yes. Listen, the guy who jumped in there before even being introduced, he was a super great support to Manolis during the time that his father was sick and in his passing. A good friend to all of us here on the panel. Please say hello, a warm welcome for Chris Adoranti. Chris, how are you,
Hey
my
guys.
friend?
Hey guys, thanks for having me back.
Well, thanks for doing the show. One of the things I did want to mention, I know Manolis had mentioned to me, there were a lot of people who stepped up, who were super helpful, who called, who watched over Manolis during this, but you were certainly one of them. I saw some posts that you made on social media. I mean, this obviously impacted you a little bit, Manolis losing his dad, and how much that impacted Manolis, and how close you are to Manolis. So talk to me a little bit about what that last couple of weeks has been like, Chris.
Yeah, it was just like obviously everyone's got like kind of secondhand grieving through Manolis, because it's almost like you love the guy so much you can feel what he feels, and he does the same thing for other people. Like he'll always go out of his way you know what I mean, to try and to empathize. So I think kind of everyone as a community really kind of felt like they should kind of do what they can for him because he does that. So I think everyone kind of felt like that collectively. But yeah, you kind of, and like I was obviously fortunate. Like I got to meet George and hang out with him a bunch of times, and he was always super nice and loved me and my dog whenever we went over. And I think even at, like Manolis says, I can only imagine how it is for him. But even me, sometimes I feel like it hasn't quite hit that George is actually gone. Like, you know, he's gone,
Right.
but you can't quite grasp the reality of it for whatever reason. So I think, I'm sure I'm even still kind of like that right now. So, but I mean, anything I could do for Manolis is barely like 1% of what he would do for any of us. So.
Well, you certainly are speaking on behalf of so many, Chris, and we appreciate those kind words. We're about to play Friday at 4:20, the fun game that's sweeping the nation. Everybody loves it. But before we do, you know what? We have a special surprise. So in case you were thinking, I don't know, does Patrick like Manolis better than Mike? Does he like Mike better than Manolis? Well, Patrick went out of his way to do something really nice for Manolis, so I guess we know where I freaking stand. Patrick, cue this up a little bit for
All
us.
right.
A special treat for Manolis. He does not know this is happening.
No, he doesn't. And I won't even, I'll just get right into it because I'll spoil it if if we say anything. But let me make sure this works. Can you all, you have to enable a screen share for me.
Oh, do I?
We should have figured this out
share
beforehand.
Screen.
Me too.
No, just Mike. And you have to,
Share sound.
no, you have to enable it for other guests.
Oh, okay. Basic, advanced.
Oh no.
Files, video. We should have thought.
Now, you know what? I'll just tell him what it is.
Here. Multiple participants can share simultaneously.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. Oh, you think that's going to work?
Try it.
Okay, I tried it.
Okay, here we go. It's working.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then I have to share
Oh,
sound.
look at this.
All
Look
right.
at
Can
that.
you see my
Nice
screen?
screensaver. I like that, or background or whatever.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's
Hold on.
That is
All
cool.
right.
That's one of your testicles after a doctor's visit.
All right. You ready, Manolis?
Yeah, I have no idea where this is going.
I know you don't, buddy.
Good.
All right. Do you recognize her?
Of course I do.
Hi, Manolis. It's Lonnie Anderson, a.k.a. Jennifer Marlowe from WKRP. Thank you for being such a big fan. Your wonderful friend, Patrick, said that you're the most amazing, special friend. And he wanted to tell me about the fact that you lost your father, George, a fabulous guy at 93. How lucky were you to have him for all of those years? And he just wanted me to share condolences with him to you because you are the most marvelous man. So we're thinking of you, Manolis, and we're thinking of George.
That's fucking.
Wow.
was
Mind
amazing.
blown.
That's amazing. Thank you, Patrick. That's literally amazing.
That is cool, man.
Manolis, to anyone who's just listening, Manolis watched the whole video with his mouth open like this.
He was
Yeah.
stunned. One of his, if not the favorite show that you've ever spoken of on this, was WKRP in Cincinnati. Lonnie Anderson, the star secretary in the radio station offices, and there you go. And only, you know what? It probably would have been better if she'd gotten your name right, but whatever.
No, it's even, no, it's better that she didn't.
Manolis. Manolis.
Oh my God!
That
It's
was
like,
awesome.
what is that? What is that thing called? What you did?
Cameo.
Cameo. I
Yeah.
swear to God, up to this moment, I thought Cameo was like it was like stupid.
Is scam?
Not scam. I knew it was real, but I thought like,
Oh.
bunch of idiots. I'm like
Whatever.
that. Now I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking awesome. Oh my God! So wait, I get that video, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh my
tried-
God!
We tried to get
Isn't
you
that
the
cool?
We tried to get you the Pope. Is that what
Yeah.
Chris is saying?
Oh my
The Pope doing
God!
cameo?
He's
Come
doing
on.
cameo.
Oh my, she looks fucking amazing too.
Does look good.
There
Holy
you go.
shit!
A little material for you to tug one off later, buddy.
Oh my God, that's so, dude. Sorry, that's Patrick. I'm actually overwhelmed.
Oh,
That's probably the
thank
nicest thing you've ever done for me. Oh my God, like all the fucking headaches you put me through the years, getting
was
you out
worth
of
it.
jail.
It was
and-
worth it.
Yeah, pulling you off of a balcony. That was all. Now it's all
Yeah.
worth it. Yeah, you're right, Mike. Oh my
Well,
God.
and the best part is like of all the celebrities that are on Cameo, thank God that you would appreciate one of the cheapest ones on there.
She's the
Like,
wait. She's
she's got to be one of the cheaper ones. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant out of the cast.
No.
Oh, just like in general, just
Oh my
like
God.
I'm just saying. I don't think there's tons of people that are looking for WKRP shout outs. You know?
Are you? I bet she's working every day, bro.
I bet you.
Crazy?
She's doing it every day.
I'm sorry, like Lonnie
Yes.
Anderson's
Lonnie
like,
Anderson.
it's like,
Yes.
what the hell?
Yeah. No, it is
Yes.
cool. I'm glad
That
I'm
was
gonna
you're
watch
on there.
that was very cool. What Patrick did for Manolis was very cool. Very appreciative. And now can we get on with the game, kids?
Yeah. I just want to say,
still blown away.
No, yeah, I'm gonna watch that video every day.
That's going to be your inspiration.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get into it, shall we? This is Friday at 4:20. Chris Adoranti is our special guest. I have the 12 random topics in these 12 random envelopes that I stole from my former employer. And here we go with topic number 3 is your first topic, Chris. All right, so we all have our favorite pop or favorite soda. This, a more important question. What is the best flat pop?
Oh, wow.
Oh, let it go flat. Now, I have several that I actually will open it, let it sit in the fridge for a week so it goes flat because I prefer it flat. What is the best soda flavor when it's flat?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say every time I go to A&W, it's flat anyway. So I'd say the root.
Yes. He's already won the game, everybody, because that was the correct answer.
That's gotta be it, right?
Absolutely. A&W root beer, man.
Yeah, I do know my root beer.
So good.
A&W or Hires or Barks. What's
Yep.
the best? What's the
Yes.
best flat root beer?
Let
Though?
them all go flat. Patrick Coppolino, you ever drink flat pop? Do you like flat pop at all?
I'm drinking flat pop right now. I always have I usually have a can of Diet Coke with me at the computer, but
Okay.
I don't drink it fast enough, so it tends to go flat by the time I finish it. But I don't know. I gotta say, like when growing up, every time I was sick, my mom would give us flat ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
So
It tastes
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
it's a good one.
yeah, so
Although-
that's probably my favorite.
Reminds you of being sick, but whatever.
It
Oh,
did.
yeah. Excellent. Flat ginger ale. What about you, Manolis? Is there a flat pop on your radar screen?
When I was a kid, most of the drinks I would be flat because my dad wouldn't let me like drink pop, so I'd wait till they all go in the living room and I'd go in the kitchen and I'd find half
Oh,
can of-
right. I've been
And,
sitting
like,
out. Yeah.
that's been sitting out and I drink other people's pops, which is probably disgusting. But the reason I stopped was one day I took a heavy swig and I like got 3 or 4 cigarette butts in my mouth.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, so I gave that journey up, but I do remember liking. I remember like drinking Jolt Cola the next day one time, and I thought I was like, dude, do you remember Jolt?
yes,
I
I
do remember
do.
Joel.
Yes.
The original energy drink.
Yeah, it was.
This was the
Yeah.
first one.
Just jacked with the caffeine.
Yeah,
It's like cocaine in a can.
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, Chris, do you remember it?
I do.
Yeah. Jolt. I'm gonna say Jolt.
Jolt Cola.
Yeah.
I don't even think you can buy Jolt Cola anymore.
No,
can you?
it's against the law now.
Yeah, they're biohazard, I think.
All right, Jolt Cola, flat ginger ale, and the correct answer, root beer.
What are you drinking
Yes.
right now, Manolis?
I went to the liquor store today, and
Yeah,
What is that?
On an Ed? Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know what it is. It's
Oh,
beer.
that's from the
Sean and
shed.
Ed.
Yeah,
Sean
Sean,
and Ed.
Oh.
Sean and Ed's little brewery down there.
Yeah, they're good.
I thought I'd give it a try. It's actually, I kind of like it. It's not bad.
Yeah.
No.
I'm drinking
They
this.
don't even have to pay me for that.
But they can if they want.
What are you drinking?
What was that?
This one. This one's from Fairweather.
Is that like baby ducks on it or something?
Yeah,
Dream
it's
City?
one
Pikachu.
I got this one I want to try.
Called Dream City. It's good.
Have you seen this one?
Yes.
I bought one of these too.
You seen this? I'm drinking a glass of straight vodka. There you
Nice.
go.
I thought you were gonna say that's water. I was like, what the hell is that?
I got these. They're free samples that come with like the giant bottle.
The big one?
Like,
Yeah, when you
giant.
buy the Texas Mickeys, you get the
You get 2 free little ones.
How does somebody have access to that much liquor sitting at their computer?
Yeah, I know. Neither of them had to stand up.
No,
They're
no. The computer's sitting on the mini bar right now. Is that what's going on? Is that where the laptop is?
I just want to be ready if I want to drink. If I want to switch it up, I don't want to leave the show.
Well, that's good.
I'm being proactive. It's just me. I was
Pass
like,
me one of those.
yeah, here
Pass
you
me one of
go.
those.
Yeah, it's right across the screen. There we go. All right, here we go. Another topic on Friday at 4:20. Our guest is Chris Adoranti with Patrick. I'm going to go with you. I'm pretty sure I know the answer,
okay.
but I'd like you to comment on it further. And that is, have you ever been to one of the Disneys?
Yes, I've been to. I think I went to the same one, the one in Florida,
Disney World?
the Orlando.
That's Disney World.
Yeah,
Yeah,
been
the
to
other's
Disney
Disneyland.
World.
And
Disneyland.
what are your recollections of having been to Disney? And are you anxious to take your daughter to Disney or?
Yeah, I've been dying to take her, and it's funny because I was saving money to be able to take her, and literally like I
You
finally had
gambled
enough
it all
money.
away.
Yeah, no, I finally had enough, like had saved enough by the time COVID hit, and now it's like so uncertain when I'm gonna
Right,
when I'm gonna be able
right.
to take her. Like she already aged a year since it started, and God knows when like when you can go to a place like Disney World again, right? So I want to take her while she's still young enough that it's still magical to her, right?
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 9.
She's
She'll be
9.
10
Okay.
in December.
You know what?
Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Well, no, I took my daughter's, I don't know, I'm gonna guess here, but like I think probably like 11 and 13 or something, and it was perfect because they're manageable, right? I mean, because you can have conversations with them, explain to them explain 13 and 8. 13 and 8. Sorry, my wife she just checked. That was a live check right there by my wife.
Yeah.
Because I'm terrible with it. 13 and 8.
Okay.
But you could have conversations about what do you want to do and where you want to go. You'd see people with their little kids, like little kids, and go, why?
Well, that's the thing. I think if I took Esther when she was like 4 or 5, it would have been amazing to her at the time. But yeah, she'd have no memories of it.
No.
Yeah.
So me and my sister, I think we went twice. I don't know if we went back to back or if there was a year in between, but we went twice, like really close together. And I was probably like 8, 7 the one time and 8 or 9 the second time.
That's
and
great.
I do remember, I have vague memories of both times, but I've talked about this before, I think, but my biggest memory of being at Disneyland was I remember at the last night in our hotel, we wanted to go for a swim in the pool, and we couldn't because someone had taken a big dump in the pool. And we didn't realize until after my sister had jumped in, like right where the poo was. And I remember my parents pulling her out of the water, and she's in the shower, like washing it out of her hair, crying. And, like,
I would have left her in Florida.
Yeah, that's my most vivid Disney World memory.
It was all over the pool then.
It was like a diarrhea, like
No,
and she like jumped right into it.
It was like a cloud.
Yeah, it was a cloud of poo.
I was a lifeguard. Those were the best poos because then we could close the pool. But if it was a
And then you get to go home.
it was a
Solid, you can float
Oh,
or
you just take it
lift
it out.
Yeah.
One
Oh
time-
yeah, no, the whole pool closed.
I threw dog poo in the pool once just because I didn't feel like working. And my boss at the time, she's like, "I'll just scoop it out." I was like, "Ah!" I was like,
Oh, damn it. Why couldn't the dog have had diarrhea?
You're like, you don't know what I did to get that.
"Yeah, literally."
You still
I love
have to
that
work.
My dog
Patrick's-
is so sick.
I love that Patrick's parents spent thousands of dollars, and his memory is his sister
yeah.
jumping in the pool at Disney.
How
in the
old?
poo.
I was probably like 8 or 9.
Chris Adoranti, have you ever had the chance to go to one of the Disneys?
Yeah, I went actually like not a few years ago, or I went a few years ago, not too long ago. I took this girl I was dating at the time. She'd never been, and she always wanted to go. So like for her birthday, I like surprised her, and we went to Disney World.
Wow,
Yeah, it was really nice.
That's a big move, man.
Yeah, it was. But then we got into a fight there, and we spent like the whole day at the amusement park like by ourselves. The whole time there.
It
Yeah.
didn't work out well.
No, but I went. It was actually awesome for me because I'm a huge Simpsons fan. And I don't know if you know this, but they have like the Springfield replica of the city inside.
Oh, yeah.
They have Springfield in there. So I spent the whole afternoon at Moe's Tavern just getting hammered with Homer. Just drinking
That's so
beer.
funny.
It was a
That's
trash
cool.
Trip ever.
Yeah, it was a dream.
Oh, Manoli.
Yes.
Yeah, get off your phone. What are you doing?
I was gonna look for a name, but
God,
there wasn't enough time.
You know, you just
He was
can't...
watching the Lonnie Anderson video.
Yes, you had sent it to him already. That's nice.
I might pull one off to her.
Oh, okay, well, not while they're doing the show, thanks.
No, do it on the show. That'd be hilarious.
If I see that right shoulder start popping up and down, buddy. Okay, yeah. You keep where we can see them.
I'll do.
Yeah, you don't trick me. I know what you can do without your hand.
Do you,
I have a flashlight.
Manoli, do you have you ever been to one of the Disneys?
No. I
No
have.
interest?
Oh, I would.
Okay.
But yeah, I would go. But I don't know. I don't. I have no one that loves me, so I don't know. I guess I could go with Patrick, maybe Lonnie Anderson, but I would. I've been. I think my dad took me to like Canada's Wonderland a bunch of times when I was younger.
Right.
But one of my favorite times of my life actually was going to Canada's Wonderland, where I went to see Dave Lee. You remember that theater that they had?
Kingswood Music Theater.
So I went to go see
David Lee Roth.
Yes.
Nice.
And then and then we were just walking around the park, me and my 5 friends, and Jeff, that's his name, Jeff LeBar. He's the guitarist from Cinderella that was opening up for Dave Lee Roth, right? It was skyscraper tour, okay? And then
that helps a lot. Thank you.
And then my friend was a huge Cinderella fan and saw Jeff LeBar in line to go on a roller coaster. I go, let's fucking go and talk to him. So now we're behind him, and then 20 minutes later, I finally say something to him because we're in the line for an hour, and he was kind of a dick. And then I remembered that I knew everything about I had all his albums, I knew all his songs, so I started just talking to him. I'm like, hey, I really like this. I started talking about songs that I knew he wasn't on the radio. So then he was like, oh, this guy's fucking rad. And the next thing you know, we hung out with this fucking dude all day on the part. So we're like, and then by the end, like by the afternoon, I go, hey man, can you think we can get backstage? It's like I was trying to like make something happen. He goes, yo, bro, you just like get with your friends and tell them to go to the show. You hang out with me, okay? I'm like, all right. So next thing you know, I'm fucking backstage while Extreme, the band Extreme was playing. They were also on the show. Extreme's playing. I show up behind with him, and they're like, where the fuck were you? It's like, I was making friends. They're like, you're always making friends. And then I'm like, so he gives me these passes, and then I'm like, I'll see you later. And I'm about to leave, and I see Dave Lee Roth stretching, getting ready to go on stage and shit, just getting warmed up. And I'm like 40 feet away from him. And I try to walk up to him, and security stopped me. But there's a moment where he just looks at me right in the eyes. And I'm like standing there, like the way, like the video when I was looking at Jennifer from Marlowe, like, like this. And he looks at me, he smirks, and he walks away. I was so blessed that I got snubbed by Dave Lee Roth.
That is maybe the best Canada's Wonderland story I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, like right there.
My friends were like, bro, what the fuck, dude? Like, because Jeff LeBar was like a huge Alice Cooper fan, so we were talking about Alice Cooper for like a half an hour, and he was like, this guy couldn't believe, like, holy shit, like I'm not some poser, you know? It was just, yeah.
So a couple of things. First of all, thing number one. So you've never been to Disney?
No. Way better than Disneyland. There's no way I would ever have that.
And thing number two, I was distracted during your awesome story because Chris Adoranti is now officially the very first person who's ever actually smoked 420 while we were doing Friday at 420.
Thank you.
He was up there in the corner, just lighting the
part
pipe.
of history.
You did. You made history right here on the show.
We didn't
today,
even have
Chris.
to make a big deal about it. I just wanted to do it in the background.
Just nice and chill.
Yeah.
That's right. And now I'm afraid you're going to give Manolis ideas that he's going to be able to get away with pulling one off while we're doing the show.
Yeah. By the end, Chris is going to be doing cocaine on the show.
It's not true at all.
Why, you got some?
Only legal products are allowed on Friday at 420.
Yes,
All right, let's go. Let's get another topic on Friday at 420 with Chris Adoranti before he gets too high and can't control himself anymore. Here we go. This one for you, Manolis.
Okay.
Oh, we're still with the children, with the childhood stuff. How about a childhood movie that you still love? A movie that you remember watching when you were a kid that you still love? It's a kid's movie or something, a childhood movie you still love.
I'm gonna have, there's probably, I can think of two actually. Grease, right? I saw Grease in the theater.
Yeah.
But like the neighborhood was all talking about like that, don't go see Grease because the word shit was in it.
That's right.
Back then, the word
I thought
shit.
you meant like, I thought you were going to say the word Greece, like the Greek community didn't want you to go.
Yeah.
No, like my neighbor, my friend, all the neighbors are like, don't go see that movie. He said the word shit. Like I'm like, that's it. I remember thinking that. I was like,
They've been like, fuck you.
So my dad's always like a bit of a fucking rebel like that. And he's like, fuck it, let's go. Like, you know. And I thought
because your dad thought it was about the homeland.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go see the Grease.
My dad, epic, man. My dad, he's so like, he doesn't even understand how much of how he's just so funny for the wrong reason. He doesn't even know he's being funny.
Incidental funny, yes.
Yeah, so we go to the drive-in to see fucking Star Wars in the theater. Well, not theater, at the drive-in, and it's me and my brother in the back seat, and it's right at that point. And my dad just wants to go to work. He has to work the next day. He's tired. He's just being a good dad. It's my dad and my mom in the front seat. It's right at that moment where like Luke Skywalker is about to shoot the fucking two things from the ship into the hole of the Death Star to blow it up, you know? So you know,
spoiler alert.
So you know, you go, he does it the first time, he misses. You're like, when you're like 6 and 7 years old, you're like, like, oh my God. So you feel like it's another year to go around the whole, he has to go around the whole fucking Death Star and one more time and fight all those fucking. So he's going around and I'm like losing my mind. My brother's losing his line, and he loves Star Wars, right? And he's about like a half a minute away from doing the second time where it all blows up. And I go, for some stupid reason, I just go, I'm tired. I just say it out loud. My dad goes, okay, starts the car, leaves. Right then. Leaves.
Your brother was pissed.
Oh, my brother had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
My
Manolis
brother
hasn't talked to his brother since.
He goes, what? What are you doing? Dad, don't leave. That star's about to blow. What are you doing? And my dad's like,
oh, no, he's got to get to work.
And then I say, I'm not even realize I'm being a dick too. And we get out of the car and I don't realize the damage I've done, but I actually even make it worse by saying, oh, it's weird. I'm not really that tired anymore. And he's like, what do you mean?
Rub it in, eh?
My brother was like,
Yes.
I like the visual of your brother seeing the Death Star explode in the rearview mirror.
oh, bring it up. You know, yeah, bring it up. Next time you see my brother, bring it up. Bring it up to my brother. And he'll go like,
he's still mad about it.
Yeah, he's still
mad. Next time I see him, I'm going to ask him if he ever saw the end of Star Wars.
Yeah, he'll go like this to go, all right, yeah. Yeah, like, he won't even say anything.
Can we have your brother on the show sometime?
Oh, yeah.
Would you want to have the show?
Well, you want to do him? How about next week?
Well, I'd love to meet your brother. I've never met him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have him next
I'd
week.
love to meet him. I'm sure he's got some awesome Manolis stories.
That is so fun. Yeah, he probably.
You want me to?
Or actually, he's probably got the real version to a lot of
that's
stories.
Yeah.
Do you want me to call him and ask him about the Death Star?
No, we'll have him on.
Yeah,
A
let's
future
have him
episode of Friday at 420.
Okay.
Look for that.
That would be a great guest.
Coming to a Facebook page near you soon.
All right, I'll have him next week.
All right, excellent. Chris Adoranti, I need a childhood movie that you still love.
Oh. Okay, number one, hands down, is Sandlot. I'll still watch Sandlot.
Sandlot. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
a good movie.
Funny movie.
Like best coming of age movie. It's hilarious. That movie's hysterical from start to finish. That is number one. And then closely behind it is Little Giants. I love Little Giants too.
Oh, okay. You like the little sports movies.
Yeah. But Sandlot is the fucking funniest movie of all time to me.
That's the bomb, eh?
Yeah, I still watch it. I'll still watch it like a couple times a year at least.
I'm a lot older than you. Our coming of age baseball movie was the Bad News Bears, the original, not the remake.
Yeah,
with Walter Matthau as
Right.
the drunk manager. I mean,
Burt Reynolds in that? No, that was the football one.
no, that was the football one. But yeah, that original Bad News Bears was an awesome movie, man, and probably wholly inappropriate now. Patrick Coppolino, give me a childhood movie that you're still madly in love with.
Well, it's funny you ask, because literally this week I introduced Esther to my all-time favorite movie, Jurassic Park.
Oh,
and
how
there's
did
5
that
of
go?
them.
Because this is interesting. Kids don't always quite enjoy the things that we enjoyed as kids as much as we enjoyed them. So how did it go?
She loved it. Like she
loved
watched.
it?
She was like,
it's a good movie.
She was so invested in the first one, and there was 5 of them, so it was perfect. So every night, like Monday to Friday, we watched. I did the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, we watched all 5 of them. She loved them.
I don't think I saw. I don't know. Probably 4 and 5. Do those hold up at all? Are they?
They do.
They're
honestly,
still pretty good movies.
I'd say the 4th one, which is the first Jurassic World, that's called.
Okay.
Jurassic World. That one is. It's the most like woven into the first movie. Like there's way more parallels between those two. And it's like the most nostalgic, I think. So for that reason, like I really like the 4th one, and the 5th one was pretty good. Like they're all great movies, but nothing beats the first one. The first one was
so good.
Yeah, you watch it now, graphics wise, you would think it was made last year. Like they were so ahead of their time.
Really
it's funny.
Was that Chris?
Wayne Knight was in there. Who else?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Who was the last guy, the lead guy that was in? He was also
Chris Pratt
from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That guy. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, he's awesome in it.
Yeah.
Is he Guardians of the Galaxy guy too?
Yeah.
He's sick in that.
That's an
man.
awesome movie.
I hope they make a 3rd one, man, because that's just fucking fun.
All right. Has anyone heard of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? I was going to talk about mine, but
I've
heard about. I remember Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I've seen that movie.
My mom talked about it once.
Favorite movie.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you.
Oh yes.
I think she was talking about her sex life.
The child snatcher, right, in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, who was this evil looking guy who drove around in a cage and got the orphan kids off the street. I mean, scared the bejeebers out of me when I was a kid. Like I was worried that the child snatcher would come.
Neighbors, what was that kid show where the kid goes into a trunk of a tree? There was a flute in it, and like there was like another world he went into. Do you remember that one?
No.
That was weird.
When you were a kid?
I was a kid, but I'm sure neighbors would have remembered.
Yeah,
there was like a talking flute in it. The flute could talk.
Remember The Never-Ending Story? That movie was awesome.
That was an awesome movie. Watched that a lot with my kids.
I never got through it.
Well, it never ends.
It never ends. Manolis was like, I can't keep watching this. It's never going to end.
You mean it's forever?
More Friday at 420, continuing with our guest, Chris Adoranti. And Chris, probably dying to get back to doing some stand-up. It's been quite a while. Are you anxious for when that time will come, my friend?
Yeah, big time. I have no clue. Like in my eye, there is like, it could be another 2-3 years. I have no clue what the hell is going on.
Well, let's hope for Patrick's sake it's not another 2 or 3.
Yeah, like, but I don't know. Yeah, I just miss all that. I miss the weekends at the clubs or the Wednesday nights, seeing everyone.
I miss just hanging out.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that we'll probably get to the reopening and stuff like that in midsummer, maybe July, maybe. I think so. I think it's small audiences at first.
Patrick,
by the fall, we'll see more people coming in.
What do you know, Patrick? You just went, or you just
I just don't see it. I don't know. I
think this is forever.
I think it was a mistake. They did it last year. I think that's why we're still doing this.
Everyone opened back up last year.
I know, but then come September, the numbers shot up and everything closed again.
Why?
So I don't know.
Neighbors, I always thought, like, from the beginning, why don't they just stop all planes from flying unless it's like has to do with like food or something? You know what I mean? I don't understand why. Why not just stop ground? Like no,
you can't drive from here to Buffalo, but you can fly from here to Buffalo.
Or like from other countries.
Yeah, like why don't they just stop like all Earth from flying? Like Earth. Remember Earth?
Yes.
Like, why don't we just stop all flights all around Earth until we just kind of go, hold on this?
You know what, dude? I don't have the answer for that, Manolis. I would agree with you that particularly where we're at right now, in particular Ontario, right? Because so many of those international flights come into Toronto, that we're getting the brunt of it. Like, you don't have this problem in Saskatchewan. Nobody's flying into Saskatchewan. But into Toronto, it's a huge problem. And I don't know.
It seems like the simplest thing.
Shut it all down, man.
It seems so simple.
Yeah, it does, but so far they've refused. I mean, I can't believe the golf course is closed. So
yeah, that's nuts.
What do I
that's
care?
like that makes that's.
I think that's more just an optic thing where it's like,
but it's
that's Doug trying to appease someone who's like, oh, you're gonna let the rich white guys do what they want because they think it's a rich white sport. So then he does something to appease them just for the.
But that's the total definition of like social distancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Golfing
acres.
Yeah,
a couple people.
There's no.
If there is a safe game or sport to play, that's it.
That's the only thing that shouldn't close. I mean, like that one doesn't even. That one makes no sense at all. But it's like people going like, well, they're open, and why are we closed? And this is not fair. And everybody's acting like kids. And sometimes it's like common sense, like, yeah, let people fucking golf. Well, I don't like it, but who cares?
I know. I think the biggest issue is that currently we're under a stay-at-home order, but nobody is staying at home. Right. So that's your problem. And it's like if golf courses are open, then there's reasons for people to be out. People should not be leaving their homes unless it's absolutely essential. And we did that the first time last year. We all stayed home. Nobody went out unless it was for groceries.
Yeah, you're
right.
And
now we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
I was stuck in traffic this morning on the 403. I'm going, no one's staying home apparently.
Yeah.
So
no, you're absolutely right. People it's like now. I feel like at the beginning maybe people didn't know what it was, so they were a little bit more hesitant to go out. Yeah, so they'd stay home. And now they're maybe a little bit more fed up with it, and they're just like, whatever.
Totally fed up.
But I think you're totally right, Mike. I think that back then when we did it and we had the results that we wanted for a while, and you know what I mean? I think that's probably what it's going to take again. And the government, it's like when you give them leash or you give them leeway, people are always going to go to the edge of that, right?
Yeah, but it seems like it's scarier now than it ever was. I don't understand like how people are not more worried now than they were at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
They should be.
I don't get it.
They should be.
They should be.
Especially if you've had it, like Manolis and I. You don't want it. Trust me.
Yeah.
You do not
I've
want this
never
thing, man.
That was the harshest thing I've ever felt in my life. Like
Friday at 4:20 with Chris Adoranti, our special guest. We only got time. We can squeeze in one more topic before we have to say goodbye on this special episode. So let's get to this topic, shall we? I'm going to go to Patrick first. Do you have allergies, Patrick? Are you allergic to anything?
I don't think so.
Nothing, eh?
Oh, well, it hasn't been diagnosed, but every time I eat asparagus, I pee from my butt.
Oh. What does it smell like?
Does that smell? Yeah.
No, I don't know. It smells like poo.
Does it smell like poo or like asparagus? What does it taste like?
It doesn't taste any better than it did going down.
Asparagus does not. You don't.
It doesn't sit well. I don't know. And I've looked it up.
What's so good is you take some asparagus and you wrap it in prosciutto,
bacon,
and then you bake.
Prosciutto.
That's
real
so
nice.
awesome.
I know. I love it. I'll still eat it. I'll
just take the.
Just got to do it on a night I've got no plans.
Because I'll be squirting later.
Yeah.
Like, are you busy lately? You got places to go?
Manoli, you got any allergies? Are you allergic to anything, man?
Yeah, I'm actually. Honestly, I don't know which one it is, but it's like are wasps and hornets the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there can be different, but yes, they're basically the same thing.
So if
you're allergic to wasps, you'll be allergic to hornets as well.
Okay, so that's what I got stung by one of those one day, and I got a bunch of hives. And then years ago, I went to the hospital, and they said every time I get stung, it's going to be worse. That I should carry an EpiPen. And then I did that for like several years, and then it was like $100 every time, every 2 years.
I know.
Yeah, so I just finally gave up, and I'm like, you know what?
I'd rather die.
Yeah, exactly. And then I thought one time I didn't know what I was allergic to. One time I won't say that you guys don't know the person, but I was like at some person's house, and there was this couch I was sitting on, and I opened it up like a lazy boy, and then later that day I was eating a strawberry sundae at McDonald's when they still had them, and then all of a sudden my whole back was riddled with I thought hives, so I went to the doctors. Riddled. Is that that's a
no?
real
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, riddled like hundreds on my back, and it was screamingly itchy. I went to the doctors and he's like, I'm like, I think I'm allergic I have hives, and they're like, those are bedbug bites. I'm like, oh, really? And I remember this doctor couldn't wait to get me out of there.
I was going to say, because I thought you were going to say strawberries in the strawberry sundae from McDonald's, but McDonald's doesn't use strawberries in their strawberry sundae, man. So it wouldn't have been strawberries.
Well, what are those?
It's just flavoring, dude.
Don't they get that? You know where that comes from? That flavor? It comes from I think it's like the glands of the beaver butt, like in the beaver's anus. There's a gland. I swear to God, look this up, and that's where they get vanilla flavoring, or anything that's vanilla smelling or flavored, and perfumes comes from the asshole, the anus gland in the beaver.
Well, don't take me camping, Chris, because you're gonna see something you're never gonna remember or want to forget.
That's why you smell so good. Eating the asshole of a beaver.
All right, Adoranti, bring us home, brother. What are you allergic to? You got any allergies?
Oh, I just found out recently I'm allergic to poison, so I can't have any of that anymore. No more poison for me. That's it for me.
No more gargling with the cleaning products. Wow. That's tough, man.
I can't swallow anyway.
Yeah. Well, at least we know you're not allergic to marijuana.
So far, so good.
You didn't break out in the hives during the show here. All right, let's go around the horn. How do we follow you on social media there, Chris?
Just my Instagram, just my name, Chris Adoranti. That's
Chris Adoranti. Make sure you follow him. Funny guy, and we look forward to seeing you again in the clubs on a stage somewhere near us soon. We hope soon, right?
Always a blast. Thanks for having me, boys. Lots of fun.
Thank you for doing the show. We always appreciate having you back on again. Patrick, Levity still closed.
Yeah, Levity's still closed. But
how's the poker doing?
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, actually, me and Chris play.
Oh, really?
Now we play a lot together.
Okay.
And then we collude and talk to each other, and
Nice.
When's this big? When are we gonna make some real money?
Some real dough
with the money I gave you. When we're gonna double that?
Let's do it this Sunday.
For real? You gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll make sure. I'll check it at least to make sure there's Sundays. There's always big ones.
Do it. Let's do it this Sunday. You're good at it. You're ready. You're ready a year ago.
It'll be live on Twitch when he does it. Right? Is that what you do? Stream it on the Twitch. And finally, Manoli, you got anything you want to say to wrap things up here, pal?
Yeah, quickly, I want to say Clint Young. What was that dispensary, Patrick, that he used to run in Hess?
Oh, MMJ.
Yeah. Do you remember Clint Young?
Yeah.
During when all this stuff happened with me, my dad, he reached out to me, and he actually was nice. He sent me a care package of goodies, and I just want to
really nice of him.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. It was really nice. It's very nice of him. Just want to say thanks, man. And we talked a bit, and he was really it's amazing how many people reach out to me and were like they really they've been through it before I have, and they were really, it's almost like they feel it all over again. Like Rory Scoville, he said, "I'm sorry I can't call you because I'm probably gonna cry." Right. So, but I'm sorry for your loss, because his shit like that. And I just want to say, Giannis Pappas, which we've had on the show, he talked to me probably several times while I was going through the process of my dad passing in the hospital when that was happening. And he was calling me, he was texting me, and this is I know I've known him for 20 years, but he's a guy that's now he's been on Rogan, and he's blowing up, and he's becoming a even bigger comic than I always knew he was going to be, and he's still made time for me. Yep. He's a fucking saint, and I fucking love that guy.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That's a good note to wrap up on. Fucking saint.
Lonnie Anderson.
Yeah.
And what about Lonnie Anderson?
Oh God, Patrick! Patrick, you're I always feel like I've always felt like I was at leaps and bounds ahead on like being
As a friend.
A better friend.
better friend and doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, like I could think like I'm not gonna name everything, but I could think of 100 things I could say. I've done this. I've done like it's like now like
Now we're even.
like, no, he's ahead.
He's ahead.
He's ahead.
Wow.
It's not even, we're not even. He's ahead. Like I'm like
All right.
now I'm in the dust.
Well, thanks, boys. Another great edition of Friday at 420. Most of all, thanks to you for watching on Facebook, streaming it. Remember, go back and catch our earlier episodes, including a couple with Chris Adoranti that you can find on any of the streaming services. We'd love for you to check out more of what we do here on Friday at 420. And we'll be back next Friday at 420 to do it all again. Chris Adoranti, I love you. Manolis, I love you. Patrick, thanks. Everybody. Until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days, have an awesome weekend.
Woo!